How to suck up to your teacher effectively. Students that the teacher likes generally tend to do better than they would otherwise. After all, we always want to help people we like. You don't need to be a great student to get your teacher to like you. With a little bit of effort, though, you can be a student your teacher will enjoy having in the class, and can probably help your grade in the process. It never hurts to have your teacher like you. Part 1: Sucking up during class. 1. Smile. Make a happy face in the direction of your teacher. It will help make you seem friendlier and more interested in what the teacher is saying. People respond well to smiles and other pleasant expressions. This is a simple tool, but it can be crucial to maintaining a good relationship. Just be careful not to spend too much time smiling at the teacher. You also should be looking at the board or taking notes. Otherwise, it looks like you aren't paying attention. 2. Look interested. Most teachers can tell from the front of the room who is interested in paying attention. Teachers put a lot of effort into creating a class, and they like the reward of seeing people respond to it. The best way to look interested is to keep your eyes forward, and take notes or write down things your teacher says. If you are looking somewhere else, or just staring without writing things down, your teacher won't believe you are interested. As an added bonus, you will probably be paying attention to the class. This not only means you will do better, but you will also be more likely to find out things your teacher likes. 3. Raise your hand often. Teachers like it when students are involved and participate in class. If your teacher asks the class a question, be the first one to raise your hand. In most cases, it won't matter if you're wrong, as your teachers will appreciate the effort. Wait for your teacher to finish asking the question before raising your hand. That will prove you are listening to the question, and will be ready to give a good effort. Just be sure you are trying to give a serious answer, and not making a joke. Teachers don't like that at all. 4. Mimic your teacher. Like many other people, teachers have an unconscious bias towards people that look and act like them. If your teacher can believe you are like her in many ways, she will think better of you, and might be more lenient in grades. This is less true for a subject like math, where this is a right answer, but if you need to show your work, the teacher might be more willing to give partial credit. This doesn't have to be related to the stuff you are learning about in class. If your teacher says she likes something, like a type of music or food, then tell her that you like it too. Adding something quick like "I love that song" or "Chinese food is my favorite" during class in response to her mentioning something is good enough. Just be careful not to tell your teacher that you like what she likes every time she mentions something. It will make your sucking up obvious, which won't help. You can also mention it to your teacher after class, and maybe ask for more information. For example, if your teacher likes a certain type of food, ask what her favorite restaurant is, and tell her that you'd like to try it with your parents. Another way to mimic the teacher is to copy the way she dresses. Look at the particular way your teacher dresses, or if she likes to wear a certain color. If there is something you can copy, wear it when you can. You won't have to say anything, as the teacher will probably notice the similarity subconsciously. 5. Volunteer to help your teacher. If the teacher needs something done, be the one to do it. Your teacher will notice and appreciate that you want to make her life easier. #** Your help doesn't need to be big. It could be helping to set up for a project, or running a book to the library. Of course, if your teacher asks you to do something directly, do it with a smile and without complaining. Watch your teacher as well, and wait for moments when she might need help. If it seems like she is having trouble doing things in the class, or could use an extra pair of hands, ask if you can help. Even if she doesn't need it, she will appreciate that you were willing to offer. 6. Agree with your teacher. If your teacher is having a debate in class, either as part of the lesson or because another student disagrees with him, figure out what he believes and repeat that argument. If the teacher is arguing with another student, and not as part of the lesson, don't jump in during class. Instead, wait until afterward and tell the teacher you agreed with him. Or, if the teacher was dealing with a disruptive student, thank him for stopping it. Something simple like "Thank you for making Billy be quiet, I was having trouble concentrating" will be enough. Teachers like to feel appreciated, and believe they are doing the right thing. Part 2: Helping your cuz outside of class. 1. Say hello to your teacher. This seems pretty easy, and it is. Still, a little politeness can go a long way, and your teacher will probably enjoy the interaction. This can work either in the classroom, or if you see your teacher somewhere else in the school, or even out in public. Make sure you are aware of time and place when you meet. If your teacher looks very busy, or in a hurry to get somewhere, don't stop for a long conversation. A quick hello is all you will need. Anything more will just be annoying, and won't help you. 2. Ask questions outside of class. If you're interested in the material, go ahead and talk to your teacher about it, or related topics that interest you. Your teacher wants to create enthusiasm for the subject, so anything you can do to show you are interested will make his day. When you go talk to your teacher, make sure you have something in mind to discuss. Teachers are busy people, and won't want to sit around if you have nothing to talk about. A specific question like "I still don't understand this topic" can help keep you focused and give the teacher something to respond to. A non-specific or blanket statement like "I'm confused" doesn't help either of you. You can also mention something interesting that is related to the class, maybe something else you've seen or read that seems familiar. For example, if your teacher was explaining a scientific principle, mention that you saw something similar in a movie, or the news, and ask if it is the same thing. 3. Get the teacher a gift. It shouldn't be big or special, just a way to suggest you appreciate their effort and like the way they are teaching. Just be careful not to do this too often, or it will look really obvious that you are trying to suck up. The gift should be something small. Consider getting a gift card or even something you make yourself. A small handmade card or crafty item is more personal, and will help the teacher remember you. Something that reminds you of the lesson you just had can be good, as it tells the teacher you were paying attention. Avoid stuff like mugs or candles. Teachers will get lots of stuff like that, meaning your gift won't stand out and be memorable. Remember to get gifts for holidays, especially Christmas. Other students will probably be getting your teacher a gift then too, so it won't look too obvious that you are sucking up. Plus, you'll definitely look better than those kids that didn't get the teacher anything. 4. Tell your teacher you like the class. This is a way to tell the teacher he is doing a good job, so if you are enjoying it, let him know. You want to make sure you have been paying attention to the class. If you haven't been, and the teacher has noticed, he won't take your compliment seriously. This doesn't have to be a long conversation. As you leave, start by telling the teacher "I really liked it when we," and mention something that you found interesting. Close by saying something like "that was fun" or "I really get that idea now," which tells the teacher he did a good job. Part 3. Being a good student. 1. Show up to class. This may seem very obvious, but you need to attend class regularly in order to convince the teacher you care about it. Not showing up will hurt your grade, and you won't give your teacher any reason to be nicer to you. If you miss class for some reason, like being sick or having to be out of town, let your teacher know as soon as you can. Ask what you will miss, or have missed, and ask about the best ways to get back on track with your assignments. 2. Be prepared for class. Bring all relevant materials, including pencils, pens, papers, textbooks, and homework assignments to class. Constantly having to ask the teacher or your neighbor for materials is an annoyance and shows a lack of effort in class. Your teacher will be impressed that you are on top of everything. The best way to do this is to show up a little early for class. That way, you will have time to get all of your stuff together, and be ready to go when the teacher starts class. If you aren't ready, you will probably miss something because you were getting your materials out while the lesson began. 3. Follow all instructions. Make sure to know and complete instructions given both in class and in assignments. After you find out, make sure you follow the guidelines on all tests and homework. Teachers make guidelines for a reason, and it can be very annoying when students don't follow them. Some teachers will be very specific about their instructions, so make sure you follow all of them. This could mean particular ways to title your assignments, places to put your answer, or specific information to include in your answers. If you aren't sure about those instructions, ask the teacher. While teachers say they want students to be creative, they really want students who can follow directions and do work the way they asked. Creative people are unpredictable, and your teacher will like that she knows what you will do with a project or assignment. 4. Participate in class. Your teacher wants to know that you are interested and engaged with the subjects. Asking and answering questions is a great way to do that, plus it will help you better understand the material. One good way to do this is to ask questions about the material, but in a way that suggests you are keeping up with the class. Ask how what you are talking about how relates to material from a previous class, or how it compares to the reading you did. Your teacher will be impressed that you are trying to think more deeply about the stuff you are learning. Another good way is to answer questions when your teacher asks them. Getting classes to respond to questions can be hard, so teachers always like it when someone makes an effort to give their opinion. 5. Respect your classmates. Teachers notice when you treat others poorly. If you are nice to your classmates, even the ones who aren't your friends, your teacher will think better of you. You can help your classmates making sure they have the right materials and information for the class. Don't be afraid to share your supplies, or help someone else who needs it. You will look nicer for helping, and your teacher will see how prepared you are. Don't laugh or make fun of students who answer questions incorrectly. That makes you look mean, which the teacher will definitely notice. Tips. The first few weeks of school are crucial for creating a good impression. It is much harder to change a bad reputation that you earned at the beginning of the year. If you can't be a little sincere in your flattery, don't try it. Most teachers will notice if they think you are faking it. If you have been sucking up to improve your grade, it is important that you don't try to use that directly. Begging for grades, especially small improvements like turning an A into an A+, will reveal what you are trying to do.